Hey guys, it's Chris back with another video, and today is Saturday, which means it is motor tear apart and cleanup day. I wanted to give a special thanks to GHP Associates for letting me use his shop in order to fully restore the LS motor that I picked up. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so first things first, before we do the oil stuff, let's try and get all the accessories on top. Anything that you can get to on top, remove. So we're going to remove the manifold first in order to get at these to pull them off, because they're not seized, but they're just to make more room, just to make it easier to get the spark plugs out. These are all going to get replaced anyways, so. Oh, a little bit of rust. All of these bolts look to be the same size, so that's always good. What I'm going to do is any of this kind of hardware, I'm going to use a bead blaster and just clean this up to make it look like new. Since these are pretty good, the threads aren't stripped. And then this last guy. There we go. Just lay that there for now. And with these caps off, same with these disconnected, although you don't really need to disconnect them. This should lift out. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to label left side and right side as if you're facing the motor, just to keep everything in order. Oh yeah, look at all that sludge. I have to clean all that nice stuff up. But I think these heads will clean up pretty good. I might swap them out with something that looks a little bit nicer, or just paint over these.
You can cut that part out. I'm recording.
Okay.
I just gotta.
Alright, so what we're doing is we're pulling off the securing bolts that hold the intake in place. We already went through and took off the breather hose on both sides. So we're just going to pull this up. We already pulled the retaining clip on the injectors as well. We have that in a neat little pile. So after getting all the bolts out, this should lift out. Okay, so also another note is these bolts are long, which means they go directly into the head. So there's probably about a ½ inch worth of thread on it, and it is a size 8 if you guys are wondering what kind of bit. Okay, so all the bolts are lifted. The truck manifold will lift up. You do have to undo the 10mm bolts that are holding the steam line here that connects to each side of the head. Also on the injectors, you don't need to replace this, as I found out that it just comes with all of this stuff. So yeah, live and learn. But I will be getting different injectors probably, since I'm going to be running boost somewhere around the 45 pounds to 60 pounds. Okay, so before you lift the truck manifold off, make sure you disconnect this because this is attached to the bottom. I believe it's a ground or it's just a sensor. Whatever it is, it's gone. So you're gonna lift up and look at all the beautiful sludge that we have to clean. Okay, so since this being in 2004, I'm pretty sure this has never been opened up, which you can tell by the wildlife and the trees and tree leaves and acorns and whatever else is living here. I'm going to try and vacuum out all this stuff before I pull off the heads and see what's happening underneath, and then, the valve covers, and then pull off the heads. I'm leaving these on for now until later on, where we pull off these old truck manifolds, which I don't need. If you're going to do a turbo application, you can reverse it, flip it, so that way the intake is kind of pointing up and then you can route your pipe, but we're doing the ZL1 or LSA supercharger instead. So coil packs are here with all the accessories. These need to go back on the injectors because they didn't really need to come off. Learn as you go. The exhaust manifold, and then the truck manifold, which will probably go up for sale since I really don't need it. Plus, if you try and put it under the 350Z, it wouldn't fit, as this thing is so tall. The only thing I'll probably pull off, depending if it's still good, is the throttle body. If not, I'll probably end up getting something bigger, like a 90mm, 92, or 102 to fit this. So that's it for now. So for now, we're just going to start pulling this apart and scrubbing the shit out of it. Womp womp. Like the old gaskets. So if you get as much of the big pieces as you can. Suck oil out of it. Okay, so we got the manifolds off on both sides. Apparently this bolt was seized, so I'm gonna have to drill and tap that one. Yay! And there's probably a exact procedure on how to lift the manifold out to avoid snapping the oil stick, but yeah, since this is going to be a new build, I did snap it right at the bracket. So, new oil stick, and then now we're just going to continue loosening the head bolts down there. First, probably release the rocker arms. Might get to this today, might not, but at least I want to clean up all of this stuff before pulling it off. Alright guys, so we're at the end of day one. I'm going to call it quits because we still need to go grab lunch. Last thing I did was I pulled off the water pump. I do see this in here. I'm not sure if that's just, it flows in up into the cylinder head and then out. Same thing with that, because this one is bored out. I'll have to do research. Maybe it's the way it's designed. So like I said, the only thing that we broke today, which is good, is only the exhaust manifold bolt right there. and the dipstick, which I'll have to replace. So next time what I'm going to do is pull the valve springs out, the rockers, the push rods, and then pull both cylinder heads off, pull this valley pan out. I'm not sure what these are. I think it might be a sensor, it looks like, for the cam. So that's going to come out, the cam's going to come out. I also got to get a 3-jaw puller to pull the harmonic balancer out so I could get the correct width one. And then I'm probably going to just go through and completely tear apart the block, see if there's anything else that looks out of whack or might need to be replaced. Same thing with the oil pan. I still got to drain the oil. It turns over fine, which is good. Turns over with no binding, and you can see all the rockers and stuff work. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we're just gonna bag all the hardware, label it to where it goes, and that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching this project on the Z, this motor build. If you have any questions or anything, just leave a comment in the section below. Please remember to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.